Yeah, it's that side they ain't ready for. We build dogs, not fairy tales. Shogun standing tall, boy, you build brittle. We build different. We run dogs, we don't run mouth, boy, we build different. You bark loud, but your yard look missing. Cloud chase broke, we build different. Built different. Our fam name ring while yours just whispering. Work show loud, y'all just post fiction. This for the real ones, we built different. Talk big online, but your collar still loose. No scars on your boots, boy, who you fooling? Papers look funny, dog acting moody. We raise real hounds, y'all posting for the movies. Gig hill grind, elevated song rockin'. PBK hustle non-stop, bulldogging. Catch guard on deck, big dogs, no jogging. Schoolboy teaching while y'all just blogging. We build different. We run dogs, we don't run mouth, boy, we build different. You bark loud, but your yard look missing. Cloud chase broke, we build different. Build different. Our fam name ring while yours just whispering. Work show loud, y'all just post fiction. This for the real ones, we built different. Dickie Foster in the trenches, never late. Pyrex got that flame, pure weight. Straight cook. MKM bottom solid, still no flake. Quick C, no gimmicks, real plates. Mike Band stay pushing that game. When Moon hit the yard, it's no lane. Indoors stay hunting real frame. Show enough certified, no shame. Vernon Star light it up, pure flame. Hemi James torque heavy in the lane. Fake ones stay out the frame. Fake ones stay out the frame. Workman speaking, name been breathing. Fake love leave quick, real ones keep building. Morning talk running laps while you sleeping. Loyalty crown, Shogun still leading. We build different. We run dogs, we don't run mouth, boy, we build different. You bark loud, but your yard look missing. Cloud chase broke, we built different. Built different. Our fam name ring while yours just whispering. Loud, y'all just post fiction. This for the real ones, we built different. Real certified. Only the real gon' recognize the real. Only the workers gon' respect the work. Shogun, I am in it. No frauds, no flakes. Either you built or you broke, choose up. Choose up.
What's happening, man? What's going on?
Chilling. Checked on the pups and then talking Bulldogs.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So what's going on?
I guess we're going to talk about the 6 week to 6 month period.
Okay.
Because most people pick their pups up for me at 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, by the time they're 6 weeks old, dealing with me, they'll know how to tug, they'll sit, they'll do all that stuff. So, when an owner gets it, I can show them how I've taught them all that stuff, and they can take and apply that, and they can get them to do a lot more. You know, they're already willing to please at that age.
Mm-hmm.
So like if where I put them on the mill and all this, they already know work ethic a little bit, you know. So there's goals and marks I try to hit by the time they're 6 months old.
Right.
Like I want them to be walking for me on a leash. I want them to be fine with walking with a harness and used to a harness, because I use a harness on the email. I use a harness on the walk line. So I want them to be used to a harness. I got the same padded harness that they use, the APDR uses. I got the exact same one. So, and I built my wall almost exactly the same as theirs. So like trying to simulate what they're going to be doing in the future better. The only thing I need to get on lock is a slat mill, so I can do better racing. But and I mean I'm building 2 of them. They'll be outdoor slat mills. They'll stay outside all the time. Every once in a while, probably once every 2 years, I'll take them apart and oil the bearings and clean them, and then put them back together. But I was a skateboarder, so like there's oil they sell you can take the casing off of the bearing races and squirt them all with oil in it, and then put the bearing guides back on it.
Yeah,
so
it makes it quieter too.
Yep, it'll make it a lot quieter. Some bearings are just noisy. Like there's like you could skateboarders, like back in the day, they'd buy these things called what did we call them? It had a noise. It had a name. Yeah, it had a name for the fast bearings, but they make like a grinding noise. That's just how they sounded, and like a lot of skaters liked it, because when you're used to riding on the streets, you're used to that rough feeling, that sound. So whenever they're skating in the parks, it still made that noise. I think that's why a lot of people was into that. So like I'm definitely they're gonna be 2. They're gonna have 10 roofs over them. Even if it's raining, like I'll get a little wet, but I can go out there and put them on them, and they'll be fine. Right. You know, they can run for a few minutes. I'll get a little wet, whatever. But so that's one of my goals. I'm definitely gonna get my slat mill built so I can start getting puppies on there around, not to run it like for sport at 6 months, but like to get them used to it. I would start putting them on it at that age, especially building them up with the email.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I put my little puppy I got from an OG on the email yesterday. You talk about a stubborn little fucker, dude.
Yeah.
He did not like it. Yeah. He did not like it. But I mean, I'll do it a few times, and then I'll eventually have him going good on it. It's just consistency, not getting mad. Like I said, repetition of just positive interactions with the human, and doing things like that will make him to where they'll do it. And he'll eventually know that I want him to do it. So he'll eventually try to do it to please me.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on in the chat, man? Dickie Foster, what's going on? Daniel Brown, what's happening, man? You know what I'm saying? What's going on down there in New Zealand, man? Welsh in the building. City Boys, what's going on? Hard and finish, man. Yes, sir. Making it fit. You still here, man. Rocking with us, man. I hope you we make your work day go by. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. What else we got in here? Student for life. Yeah. Lone Wolf. Quick. Yeah. You know, usual suspects. Hemi James. Yeah. What was you about to say, Elevate?
So Making It Fit said, I just changed 114 bearings recently to ABEC 9 on a dog trotter. I bet that was worth it. I bet it's smooth now. It may not gain no more rotations of the belt, but I bet it's smoother sounding. And see, I like a loud mill kinda, because it makes dogs not really care, you know, because at the dog shows, there's people standing around, you know, like cheering and stuff, and like sometimes that'll throw some dogs off. So
that's why I do a lot of commands and stuff loud and stuff like that for reasons like that, you know. Yep.
And even so, my email, right? This is most emails, when you barely turn it on, they start going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My email, for some reason, you can turn it on and the motor will just make that humming noise. You know what I mean? Like it's almost about to start rolling, and it'll stay like that. And I can pet them down and rub them down, young dogs, and get them used to that noise. And then in 10, 15 minutes, I'll have them walking on it most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get them stubborn ones that won't do what you want.
Yeah.
What's up, Welsh? How you doing, bro?
Shit, everything good, man. Everything good. I was gonna ask you, what's the longest you had one run the mill?
On the email,
Yeah. Good. I was gonna ask you,
so I ran my rose dog for 45 minutes on the email, and then I took her off and I walked her about probably a mile and a half, 2 miles with I had a 33 1250 mud tire, and I hooked it.
okay.
It's just the tire, not the rim. I drilled a hole through it and stuck an eyelet on it, and I made a rope. I made a tracer. You know how they'll have them behind it with the bar that splits it off of their sides and stuff. I made a tracer myself out of rope and PVC, and with a swivel on the end of it and everything. So she would pull that and then I put her back on the mill for 15 minutes. Like her work ethic was retarded. She was down to do anything as far as the email goes. Her favorite was the slap mill. She did really good on the slap mill. And I have a slap mill. It's with my buddy Chad. It's an old wooden one, but I'm gonna build me a better one. That one's more of like a piece of furniture.
Oh, all right. I get
It's like fancy. It's like got like cat paw legs on it and stuff. It's not. It's old school. I'll send you some pictures, Will.
so ran experience.
Yeah, so basically, I just want them doing all the jobs willingly by the time they're 6 months old, and then like I usually let them chill after that a little bit until they're about a year old. I'll mess with them through daily obedience.
So okay, elevated. So with your dogs, right?
Mm.
Would you say, all right, well, okay, well, you know what we're trying to pull off. So I'm gonna say it this way: with your yard, if you had to put your entire or 50% of your yard against a yard in a competition, what would it be? Would it be treadmill or would it be weight pull? Which one do you
So
think your dog's majority of your yard is suited for?
mine's better for the treadmill because I've already kind of eased them into that type of stuff. Whereas if you hook them to like a weight, I don't know, like I'd have to try it, but I really believe like if you hooked them to like say 100-pound weight cart with no weight on it, if they couldn't move it in a few times, I don't know if they would try. You know what I mean? Like I usually teach mine to walk pretty good on leashes because of my daughter and stuff. So like I feel like that it would take me a little while to get them into the weight pull. I know they could do it, but it would take me some time and encouragement, and it would be a learning curve for me too. But I definitely think they would thrive on the slap mill races because I mean I've put them on them before. They've been in. Jarvis ran like a half mile for the first time ever even being put on a slap, like at the show. He did that at the APDR show. Wall climb, if the stuff off of Carson does really good, then I think that would be the dogs I'd use for wall climb. They've always been the ones. Even Kaiser, like he was like 10 months old doing 10.5 feet on the wall climb. My thing I'm most excited for is the tug of war contest. That is what my dogs are suited for. Everybody, you still there, Big A?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay.
here.
It was just dead silent.
Oh, yeah, no, because Welsh had dropped off. I thought he was fixing to say something. I was giving him his space. But if your dogs are good at tug of war, then the transition to weight pulling should be pretty easy, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially with the body build my dogs have. the
Yeah.
lower blockier structures. I mean, it wouldn't be very hard to get them to do it. I've just never done it with some of these.
So with me, man, I accidentally got into weight pulling. I'm not even into weight pulling. I never competed, never took it on as a task. But I had a dog that I used to like. I didn't have a tie up, and I used to put him on like a 45-pound weight in the backyard while I'd be out there doing stuff, cutting grass or whatever, just letting him, be out there, man, because it was a yard that wasn't fenced in, and this was when he was a pup. And I would always do that. And then, he started to drag the weight around a little bit, and he just kind of grew into it from me putting him out there. And then he would just be dragging that 45-pound weight around like
Right
he
there.
wasn't even on it, you know. And that was just me accidentally doing that by just being a kid and just, tying it up, tying the dog up. But I think it'll be an easy transition, man, from one thing to the other, especially if they're good at tug of war. What you think, Welsh?
I mean, yeah, everything you say is spot on for real. I
Yeah,
mean, but every dog ain't built for weight pulling though. You
yeah,
you can eat you will get a treadmill run faster than you will get a weight puller. They gotta have a certain mindset to be a weight puller.
Yeah.
right, right, yeah.
Like
Because like
Mason, he's never been a puller. Like he would have been so hard to get to do that because if when he was little, I could hook him to like a plastic yard chair and he wouldn't drag it around just from me handling only having one. You know what I mean? I kind of taught him to be like that. Like I could walk him and he'd walk right beside me. I don't focus on any of that anymore, but like he'd be right beside me in heel position, all that stuff. So like it would have been really hard for me to specifically teach Mason to do, the tug of war.
yeah, show enough. What's happening, man?
And I'll be honest with anybody, that right there, he's a stubborn bastard, dude. He won't run the mill for me. He won't do none of that shit. He was too old by the
You
time I
got something
ever
like
seen
that.
one. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was 7 years old before he ever even seen a mill. So
Who
I
by the
didn't,
kennels? What
I wasn't
happened?
able to get him into it at a young age. If you put him on it, he'll grab the belt, he'll grab a hold of the side of the thing. Like that's just what he does.
Yeah, every
Yes, sir.
every uh every dog different, just like every human different, Certain dogs gonna do certain things at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. Personalities,
Yep.
traits, characteristics, you know, all that play a major part, man. Yeah. So you said that you were building a slab mill, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna build them a little different than anybody's ever seen. I'm building
Explain that to me.
So I'm gonna take 4 landscape timbers, right, and put them each one 3 feet in the ground where I
Hmm.
need them to be, like the legs, and then I've got angle iron and I'm making my races for the bearings, and
Hmm.
there's gonna be uh 2 on each side and then 1 in the center, and the one in the center is gonna have double bearings. Like it'll
Hmm.
probably just be it'll have double bearings in it. So and then I'm building my slat belt and everything. So like it'll have a tin roof on it. It'll have sides on it. Uh, like where you would stand in front of the dog, kind of. And
You ever thought about building a shed?
well, so yeah, but where I want them at, see, so my property knocks me out of doing a lot of shit like that because of the way it's laid out.
It doesn't have to be big.
Yeah, I've got a shed up there. I'm just debating whether or not I want to put them in it. If I
Mhm.
put them in it, then I mean it's already a pretty nice shed. It's already good size. Like I could put them in the back corner and build a little wall between them.
Mhm.
Because I mean they're gonna be facing each other with a little wall in between them.
Yeah, because you can have, if you got open doors, you can have open doors on each side. I have an open shed that's just open on one side, and have a back way for airflow. And that'll give you a little bit of climate control with the weather. Might be able to throw a fan or two in there when it gets extra hot.
Yep. So when I'm working them and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and it's really hot, I don't use no fans or nothing. Uh,
Yeah, I
that's
don't
another
either.
reason
I
I'm
don't
not too
either.
sold on the swimming. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I'm ready to see. I'm gonna use a thermometer and check their temperatures and all kinds of shit when I start to swim and stuff. Uh,
Mhm.
so in my opinion, if you put a dog into a keep and its primary source of working out was swimming, the dog
Mhm.
would probably develop a problem with how to regulate its own heat because the water would be doing that
Yep.
for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
so that's where I'm kind of like I'm not sold that swimming will. I'm gonna set it up and I'm gonna give it a fair shot. Test it with all the variables, but I'm just not sold that swimming will be a good one for me.
No, no, swimming is actually good, but like you said, what a lot of people mistake is they don't realize if you're doing swimming, let's say 60 to 70% of your keep, and you're not going to know how your dog regulates his body heat. So that's a big no-no. You can't just rely on swimming, but swimming, you can't go wrong with swimming, but you can't only rely on it at the same time. Because again, with the body heat regulation, so if you put him out there in the woods and all you did was swim, now he might come out with more stamina, the body might be looking good, but as soon as he started to overheat past the 50% mark, his body not gonna know how to regulate it because he was in a body of cool liquid the whole keep.
Yeah.
So I like it, but you 100% right, elevator. But a lot of people make the mistake because they don't think about that part.
Yep, yep. Well, see, okay. So one thing about me, so like when you're standing at Tom Garner's, July 26th, right? And it's 98 degrees there, and it's like 115 on the grass. Uh,
Yep.
Heat plays a big role in some of them dogs out there.
Hey, hey,
Like
hey, elevator.
it really
You
does.
ain't lying, boy. You ain't lying.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've seen dogs that
Wow.
started out at the beginning of the day look great, and then by the end of the
Yeah.
day, they're hell. They're even almost a little bit
Boy,
skinnier. They're tired.
some of them look like they about to die.
Yep.
Boy,
Yeah.
you know,
And I'm standing out here with old ass Mason, like Jesus. Can we speed it up a little bit? This dog's old as hell.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
I was. It's funny because I don't think nobody else thought about that. It's funny you said that though.
Yep. Yep. I've seen it. And uh, I've also seen it where like they'll keep them in the car for like in AC because that's how they worked them. So they got to keep them in the car with the AC on the whole time. That's another
Hell
reason
nah.
I don't do that. I want them to be able to stay in the dog box all the way there. You know what I mean? I want them to be chill. Like I want them to be not go from AC. Like I don't even try to bring them into the motel if I can help it because of the AC.
Well, you gotta remember, elevated. This every every everything that you everything that you cheat the dog on is going to show in their performance. So
Yep.
if you working your dog and then immediately after you done working, you putting them on the fan or you getting them ice water,
Alcohol in his stomach
and
down.
yeah, exactly. If you're not letting the dog actually get his person, I want to see
Well,
that
she
one.
breaking up, man. You breaking up.
Yep. And a lot of people will use the alcohol to help regulate their dog's heat and working on. I don't do that neither. Not in a working setting.
Nah, nah, I don't do it. And if you are going to do that, if you are going to do it, at least, at least get your dog in top condition first, so the dog can regulate his breath and own body heat by himself. So just in case you are in the woods, then you could go ahead and use your alcohol and stuff because he ain't in keep no more. But if you giving your dog a shortcut before it's even time for him or her to perform, you definitely gonna see it when that time comes. You
Yeah.
every time you give your dog an easy way out, depending on that hog, is going to expose it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And hell, even even the grass will expose it out there. Yep. I don't know. It's a lot of people that ain't never been to the pig picking. They don't understand the full grasp of it. I mean, it's high. It's high energy. There's a lot going on. Like it's a great event. It is by far the best bulldog event that I go to.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I like to go because I network with a lot of people. So when we
Yep.
when we
You cut out again.
that's one of the times a year where everybody could come meet and network and
Yeah.
have a good time. You know.
Yep. He
But
put
yeah,
out a video
elevator,
about
you
it the other day about this one
cool.
this year. Tom.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of good keep men up there elevated, and I hear about the keeps, but when they in the sun at the pig picking, the dog saying otherwise.
Yeah.
The goddamn dog thirsty as hell, ain't even do nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
That's another thing too. I don't really give water and stuff while I'm out there. Like I just don't do it. They're not used to getting water as a cool down source. Like I don't
well,
let
they,
my
they,
dogs
then
get
they
used to
body
that.
gonna start relying on it.
Yep.
Elevated. They have it's mind over matter. Once your dog master the mind over matter, just like a human, then it's okay to do that stuff. But again, long as you do it before they master that, it's going to show. It's going to show.
Yep. And I mean, like people that knows a lot about dogs, they can be walking their dog right, uh, around and still see where you've gave them shortcuts. They can be focused on their dog and still see the shortcuts in your dog. It's pretty wild.
Oh yeah, it's just like that one guy who was running his dog. I might still have a video, but he was running.
Oh well, she went out, man.
You can hear me?
She went out.
Yeah, you're good
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just like at the pig picking, the one guy that was running his dog on the mill,
Hmm.
but you could tell as soon as his dog got off the mill, his dog kept putting the nose up to his hand. And I told my yard man in training, I said, see, I said that dog is used to getting water as soon as they get off the mill.
Yep. 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 That way,
He
that
kept put he kept
because
he
he's
kept putting
used
his
to giving
nose
it a
on his
treat or
hand
something.
like he was trying to get something.
Yep. Yep. You can tell all them little tricks that people does.
Yeah, man.
My buddy Mike, he has a dog named Crime. I like Crime a whole lot, but like he won't run fast on the mill. And Mike makes the Italian food that gets given away at or that he sells at some of these dog shows. And I told Mike, I said, hell, take one of them plates of lasagna and coach him with it. Like maybe he'll run faster. Mike's a good dude.
Yeah.
That's a good dude. I've met a lot of really good people out there.
Oh yeah.
It is fun.
Yeah, man.
And I'm ready for the tug of war to really be like a bigger thing. That way I can really start watching, because I mean that's gonna tell me a lot about people's dogs.
That hey, elevate. Don't make nobody mad now. They don't expose themselves, my dog now.
Yep, yep. That and lack of intention. I mean,
Yes,
you
sir.
can have the greatest dog in the world, but if that dog ain't got no intention, then I mean, it's not gonna thrive under true competition. I've even seen that. see what's it
What
say?
dog you gonna do tug of war with?
So if it's still not a point thing, I'm gonna use Haywood and Jarvis and Mercy, and I got Fearless would probably do it. I mean, a bunch of my dogs. I tug with my dogs. The one biggest difference is I use like a really lightweight rope. You know what I mean? So that they can feel each other through the rope. That's one thing I do use. That's different than I've seen the competition. The competition they use
Yeah,
a
I like
rope
the
so big that it about wasn't right. Just to be honest.
and see. I was gonna say something about the rope because screwdriver Phillips head. No, these Phillips head. That wait, hold on, is it? Oh, they switched it on.
Whenever we get to doing the competitions, I'm gonna take 3 ratchet straps and I'm gonna braid them together, and I'm gonna put a flag in the center and sew it in there, and then I'm gonna sew the 2 ends. Like it'll be a rope made for, and I won't use it on my dogs in the spare time. Like I'm just gonna build it and I won't use it. That way, it's always in the same shape for the dog shows.
Yeah, that tug of war nice though. That's I use that as part of a part of my keep though. So probably after like a long walk or well, a long walk with the weights. So say I take two out for a 5-10 mile walk. So as soon as we get home, I'm putting them on the rope for another probably 30 minutes before they get their rest. And that's normally I always end the day or night with tug of war.
Yep.
Just because if I'm not doing no spring cold work, I always end it with tug of war.
Yep, because it's enduring, and it's kind of like calisthenics. They're usually most of the time tugging against a dog that's equal weight to them or close.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like calisthenics. They're using very similar to their own body weight.
And also like I like to see a 35. You ever seen a 35
Yep.
pull a 50-pound dog?
Yep, I was doing that yesterday. I was putting
Now, see
bigger ones with the smaller ones.
that shows a lot.
Yep.
That shows a lot. Elevated.
Yep. Me and my cousin was talking about that yesterday while they were doing it. Yep. And like sometimes, I mean, you can test them that way. Like if they do so good and it's so even, if you find out that 2 dogs are so even, put them with bigger dogs on the tug, and you'll see if it's just even or one's actually stronger than the other. Because you might find out one yank a big dog around, but the other one just holds it. So that tells me that they were just equal weight
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And like another thing, so my yard's probably on a 25-degree grade, maybe even 30 in spots. And letting them tug of war from different chains and stuff. Some are downhill, some are uphill, and I'll switch it around where they can, you know what I mean? I got them placed to where if I put them with the tug, I can let them tug a few minutes downhill with this dog and switch it and they'll tug a few minutes uphill. So like even though say a dog's smaller, it can still hold its own because it's uphill and they're trying to pull downhill. You know,
Yep.
I've even seen that even being a variable in it. Because I mean,
that's good work. Though.
I can't stress it enough. Like if you come up here in person, you'd be like, "Holy hell! I can't believe they're on this grade." But like they're thriving on this grade right now because there's no water that sits up anywhere, and none of that stuff. I have been using fly spray. I don't know if it's because of the ramps or what it is, but I've been using fly spray already. And I make fly spray. I don't use the fly spray with if I'm using them to like in keep. I don't use fly spray with like permethrin in it or nothing. I just mix.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, permethrin will make them run hot. And I've also seen where when I was excessively using that fly spray, dogs not taking. I don't know if that's what we talked about, but I've seen dogs not take breeding them because of that pyrethrin.
Well, the thing with that is elevated. the thing with that, a lot of things are not spoken because a lot of people don't
You
document
breaking up
what they
again.
do
You
in their
breaking up
yard.
again. Hey, you breaking up again.
Yep.
You get me now?
Nah, you still sound like a robot.
Probably if you're in a block shop, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, might be the
My
You
lead.
get me
house,
now?
my house is even kind of,
Nah, you still sound crazy.
my house is even kind of like shitty for that because the whole thing is a block house.
Yeah.
So, and when I get a tin roof on it, it's gonna be even worse probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, like Welsh was saying, so like a lot of people don't talk about this stuff because they've not experienced it. They've not seen
Yeah.
it, so it's only a thought after you see it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this stuff. You have to see it for it to be in your mind. If not, you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
Yep. So by the time they're 6 months old, I've done seen all that stuff. Like whether or not they're gonna do what I already know which job they're gonna do as an adult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can typically tell which one they'll thrive at by the time they're 6 months old. I've not had a real bad. I've usually been pretty accurate with what I get them doing.
Yeah, man. Nah, that's what's up because y'all dropping some game, man. Nah, that was some real good stuff, man.
Last night I was cooking, right, and I heard squeak, 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 like real loud. I was like, "What the hell?" So I come
Yeah.
running outside, and I guess one of my puppies was locked on Vixen's nipple, and she probably pulled it out of the doghouse.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to pick it up and wash it off and get it warm and get it dry, and then I put it back out
Yeah.
there with them.
Yeah, man.
That's another thing I do that a lot of people say don't do is like I've had them born. I'll wash them sometimes. It just depends. They don't. I've never seen my females not want to take care of them
Mm-hmm.
because they were washed.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I don't do is I don't go over here and say or come inside and touch Maggie and then go out there and touch a bunch of her puppies, Vixen's
Mhm.
puppies. I don't want them to smell like another dog.
No, don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I don't want them to smell like another dog at all. But
Yeah.
other like, I'm real picky. Like I'll fool with the puppies and then go do the yard. And then
Yeah.
I have a tub with bleach water in it. You got to stick your feet in before you don't touch it to your clothes. Like I'm picky about that.
Mm-hmm.
I always wear gloves. I don't know. Like I said, and I mean every once in a while I touch them without gloves. Like if I feel like I need to move one of them or something. But like it's not with dirty hands. And if I do it and touch my puppies and they get sick, it's my fault. But like if you touch my puppies after I told you not to, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. I had a little bit of that problem with this older guy that come around. He'd think he could just touch and do. Hell, he went in there to open fucking Sissy's dog box and she come out on him. And he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I can't believe she did that." I'm like, "Well, why the fuck did you open it for?" Like, hell, if she bites you and you get mad at her, then me and you's gonna be a problem, not the dog.
Yeah.
Like, he had a problem with walking through Haywood's chain spot too, and Haywood grabbed him by the pants leg and jerked him off his feet. He's about 380 pounds too. He's a big old man. And Haywood was
Mhm.
about a year old and yanked him off his feet. And he kind of got up like he was going to get mad at Haywood. I said, "Hell, I told you not to walk through his chain spot. Like, I
Yeah.
told you, he would yank you off your feet." Like,
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating. That dog, out in the shows, the judge can touch him. I can show him their teeth. I can do anything. But on his chain spot, he'll snatch your shit.
Yeah. I know.
Didn't you have Haywood at the show last year?
Huh?
Didn't you have him at the show last year?
Yeah, I've had Haywood at the show.
Yeah,
for the
okay,
last
yeah,
2 years
okay,
in a row.
yeah.
He's the one that
Yeah,
looks
okay.
like Mason, the big one.
Yeah, I think that's when I walked past you when you had him. Yeah, okay.
Yep. And I mean, he'll snatch you up. Like out of all of them, he's the only dog I got on my yard that'll bite a human. That I know for a fact will bite a human.
Yeah.
And like, say 4 years ago, I had probably 15 dogs that'll bite a human. I dulled that down a little bit. now that my daughter's out here more fooling with them, really has an interest in it, I dulled that down a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, at my yard in town, another thing I've noticed, like my dogs are a little more laid back here versus like at my yard in town, they were way quick to want to bite somebody. Because I mean, so many people, crackheads walking around and this and that. And like when I first put my dogs back there, there was a problem with a couple crackheads that wanted to use it as a damn like shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I went out on a few times. Like, don't walk in my mama's backyard, bro. Don't let me catch you here again.
Yeah.
I've dealt with all kinds of crazy stuff being in town. This old man neighbor feeding them ham. Like in the middle of summer, he was feeding them ham, and he put a dog box on the fence, right? One of them barking boxes that makes a real high pitched noise. It's supposed to make them not want to bark.
Yeah.
I don't know if my dogs thought that that's like an animal making like a squealing noise or something. But whenever he put that out there, my dogs went nuts for like 3 days. And I kept being like, what are they barking at? Like just all day long. I was like, what are they barking at? Well, I got to watering them, and I went to bend down to clean out one of the waters. And there was like this really high pitched squeal in my ear. I was like, what the hell is that? And I got to looking around. And I saw that bark box like behind the tree, hanging on the tree on my side. And I was like, huh. So I snatched it off the wall. You're not supposed to be able to hear them bark boxes, but I could hear it. I swear I could hear it. That's how I found it. I heard it. And I yanked it off the thing. And then about 3 days later, I was out there fooling with the dogs. And the old man come out. He was a neighbor. And he was like, hey, he hollered at me a couple times. And I ignored him. You know, because I knew what he was wanting. And about the third time he hollered at me, I went over there. And he was like, where's that bark box at? I said, I don't know. I guess she got it and chewed it up. He said, well, how did she do that? I said, I don't know. You put it on my side of the fence. And she didn't chew it up. I had it. And he was like, well, this and that. You owe me for that. I said, you put it on my side of the fence. How do I owe you anything? Like, how do I owe you anything? So I ended up building a 12-foot tall privacy fence along his whole property line. And he already had a fence. But I built a 12-foot tall privacy fence. Don't feed my dogs ham. Don't put bark boxes out here. Nothing. I was mad about that. Because, I mean, it was midsummer and he's feeding them big chunks of ham. And then they started barking at him even more. And he was like, well, I thought I would be making friends with them. I said, hell no. Every time you come out now, they want a piece of ham. You made that worse. Definitely made that worse. I don't know. I've seen people think they're doing good, and then they're not. And they don't even know it. Like neighbors and stuff. That goes to where even my little bit of young dogs, they are mean to people sometimes. They'll growl and bark at people. And that's because of stuff like that. People thinking, my neighbor's standing up and peeking over the fence being nosy. You know, at my old house. Some of that, like if you put them in the position where they constantly are seeing people like peeping and stuff, they'll get more protected. That'll encourage them to be more human aggressive. Because they're like, they see them, their drive gets raised up, and then they don't even get no reward. So they're just kind of like pin up about it.
Yeah,
he said prey drive is what they lack. It can be enhanced with the coaching of the right handler. Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
like, okay,
definitely.
So I'll drop a piece of game right here that I've told somebody to try, and they ain't tried it yet. Okay, if you have a dog and you think it's soft mouth, go to the dollar store and buy you a bunch of stuffed animals. And you're going to have to tug with him for the first little while. But once you show him that they can rip that, then you'll start giving them to them, and they'll shred them in a few seconds. Well, when they start shredding them, move up to something a little harder, right? Maybe some blue jeans. When they start shredding them, move up to like a basketball. When they can pop that basketball and shred it, then move up to like a football, like a leather football. And when they can bust that and shred that, move up to a baseball glove. If they can destroy a baseball glove, you've got a hard-mouthed dog. You've coached that dog. You've stepped it up and made a dog that didn't have mouth a hard-mouthed dog. I've seen it. Just like bite wedges. They sell bite wedges with the two handles on it. And that wedge and the way it's shaped encourages them to try to feed the bite more into their mouth. That's another tool you can use to build a dog's bite.
A belt, man. A belt. Leather
Yep.
belt.
Yeah,
It's,
that works good too.
Yeah.
If they can shred anything like that, leather. That's why I said like a real leather football, not like a. You know how they sell the cheaper ones that are made out of the same material a cheap basketball is?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you buy
What-
the basketball, start out with a cheap basketball, like one of them cheap, that they could pop it and then shred it up easy. Like,
Mhm.
a lot of dogs are so well behaved and handled correctly, they don't even know that they can destroy things. You know what I mean? We build them blue barrels that they can't touch. We build them dog food bowls that they can't touch. Like unless you let them start destroying stuff, they don't even know that they can do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't even know that they have that capability. So that's one thing I'm really big on. I'll let them destroy stuff. I'll show them that they can tear stuff up. Like, another thing too is I don't keep my dog's nails trimmed all the time. I keep them shorter, but I like them to have a little bit of nail. When they grab a hold of something with their hands, you're not getting it out of their hands. Like, they'll hold on to
Yeah.
stuff. My cousin was like, yesterday, he was like, they all grab onto stuff like that with their hands. I was like, yeah, I don't know why, but that's just something I noticed they started doing, and they've never stopped. If it gets out of their mouth and they can get their hands on it, you about can't get it from them, because they'll get their mouth back on it before, you know what I mean? I'm sure Michonne's like that. You can tell with her prey drive.
Yeah.
If you're not telling her out, if you're just handling her without any commands, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, man.
I like her a lot. I like her energy a lot.
Yeah, she's a good all around dog, man. She her temperament, she's calm when she need to be calm. She active when she need to be active. She get aggressive when, by command. She's a good dog, man. She'll work, you know. Yeah. I'm happy with her, man. I am.
And like Supreme said, props to Dre for doing so good. And then again, props to you for making her who she is. Molding her to who she is.
Yeah, man. But it all starts it's between the dog and the breeder, and then whoever takes the dog, picks up from where they left off at. But I got a good foundation in her,
And he pushed you a little forward by making sure they did all this stuff by the time you got it. Some breeders don't do that, and that can set a handler behind a little bit. We have that power as breeders.
Yeah, I was with her the day she was born.
Oh, so you was there?
I was there.
You actually seen him born? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I was there when she was born. I wasn't there when she came out, but I was there when a couple.
Was she
of
one of the
puppies
first ones?
Actually, I don't know, but I do have it on camera. I got to go back and watch the video.
Okay.
Because we were having all, my brain mush, man. There's so much stuff going on. But I could go review the video because we were talking about it and whatnot and see what was said. Because I can't even remember. But I was there the day she was born, man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Whenever Daniel's litter off of Kaiser and Harley, the first line breeding on Mason, whenever they were born, I watched the whole thing on video chat. I watched the whole thing because he's about 2.5 hours away from me, 2 hours. So I watched the whole thing on video chat.
Yeah. Have you ever temperament tested before? Like, do you know how to temperament test?
Not like a formal way, but I do a temperament test of my own.
I mean, you can. Yeah. I mean, they're your dog, so you should, you know what you got and what you're working with. But temperament testing, that could definitely elevate your game, man. It's something that I think all
What age do you
breeders should
typically
do.
start it?
Usually I think around 5 or 6 weeks, I think,
Okay.
around there.
So then one of the lives when we get on, when my pups are that age, we'll do that on live in person,
Yeah.
See what we can. We can show an example of how to do it with one puppy, and on a video.
Well, yeah, you were. Well, this is what we can do, bro. We can go behind the scenes and do a proper setup, and
Yeah.
I can halfway talk you through it, man. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and I mean,
yeah.
we might get what? Oh yeah.
What's up?
He's getting you.
What?
Sorry, my cousin was telling me he's leaving.
Yeah. Oh yeah, men at work, 365, bro. You know what it is. Every day is a Monday, man.
Oh.
Yeah. What's up?
My cousin, he's gonna pull the motor out of his car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
putting
yeah,
a small block Chevy in a Mustang.
What did I say?
Yeah, we're putting a small block in a Fox Body Mustang
Yeah.
90. We're gonna try to make the 5-speed and everything work.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna try to get her going.
How you like that? How you like that, Welsh and Supreme?
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
so primarily with me, like you're gonna see that we fool with small block Chevys and then the 454s. That's my brother's like cup of tea, man. He knows the small block Chevy in and out. So, yep, Haywood Hooligans.
Yeah,
So,
man. That's all.
That's
I'm
what
saying.
the group of us is called, Haywood Hooligans.
Okay. I see you, man. Nah, that's real. Yeah, take that Supreme and Welsh, put that in your pipe and smoke it. You know what I'm saying?
My brother's big on carburetors and stuff. Like we had his S10 and we put the Holley EFI system on it, but we went to Virginia and traded the whole EFI system for a full blow through carburetor setup because he had a 110 millimeter turbo on it. So we traded it for a full blow through carburetor setup, and you talk about nasty. Like we were starving the truck of fuel at 4,200 RPM. We were using 780 horsepower worth of fuel, and was tapping the injectors out at 125. Like we were maxing them out at that low, and we had revved that motor to 82. So like we were halfway and not out of fuel. So and I mean, I have my S10. I mean, I'm gonna show a little bit of that, not on my YouTube channel, but for people that's into cars, like I'm putting a 454 in my S10. I got a full forged small block Chevy that we're gonna be adding. We're gonna be working on it, and then whenever I mess up the motor, because I mean, I'm gonna squirt nitrous in the big block. So whenever I blow it up, we're gonna put my small block back in it.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah. I mean, the small block, it's nasty. Like, it really is.
Oh, look. Here we go. Hold on. Hey, what's up, Welsh? What's going on, man? Oh, all right. He probably getting himself together, man. But yeah, I knew it. I knew it was coming. But anyway, what were you saying?
Hello.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Well, what's going on, man? You
in a different building today.
I don't know. He getting it together though. He got something to say because we got about 7 minutes, man. So he probably gonna talk my ear off about Mustangs and Coyote motor. Yeah.
Hello, Big A.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Man, what we talking about? Some goddamn. Who said the elevator?
I don't know what you're talking about, man. We were talking about that.
Who said something about a small block in the Mustang?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Come on, brother.
He had a fully built 306, and then the oil pump drive damn shaft or whatever it's called. Fucking, he twisted it driving down the road cruising, and it blew the motor up. So as far as him having money, being able to do it, that's why we're going to do the small block. It's cheaper than that, the Ford
Now
motor.
put that in your pipe. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Well,
That's just we're just trying to
Man,
get him
listen.
on the damn road. He's going to build another Ford platform, but we're going to try it.
Where he gonna race it at Darrington?
I don't know if he's really going to race it. We're just trying to get it together for him. That was his. He moved up here from Texas, and that was his daily driver. And then he was driving it, and it blew up. So we're just trying to get him back on the road.
like I
It's going to be his
like I
daily
said,
driver with a small block in it.
like I said, to the average American, the common working man, that's the direction everybody's gonna go. They
Well,
can lean this way.
Me and
Yeah.
They
Hunter,
can,
me and Hunter
they
will
can
always
have.
go that way because that's just
I
what we
just,
have extra parts in. Like
it's
we
the
got 3
most.
motors and transmissions that we just don't have bodies for. You know what I mean?
It's the most practical way for the common man. Ain't nobody gonna throw that kind of money into their car as a, like it working the car that they want, doing the things they want to do to it. It's plain and simple.
Well, so I'll tell you something that's wild. So in some areas, you're gonna give an arm and a leg to get a badass small block Chevy, like old school first gen small block Chevy runner. And then some places, they're so abundant that I mean, you can buy one for $300.
Yeah,
Yep.
Like it's weird.
but
Like
but
in
check
my
this out
area,
though.
they're abundant.
This out though. I'm not knocking the Coyote motor or anything like that. It's nothing like that. But what I'm saying, when you start talking finances and realistically speaking, going into the game, you gonna want that Coyote motor. You gonna want to do everything to it. But then when you start breaking down the numbers, you gonna lean towards that LS. It's a
I'll
point.
tell you.
MK. That's right, MK. Tell him about that 351, baby.
So, so I'll tell you a car that I really like. On Cletus, he's got that McFlurry car, and it's the Mustang with the Coyote motor, but it's got the Lanco transmission in it. That thing is
Okay,
cool.
yeah.
That thing is cool to
Hey,
watch it run because he's got a shift each shifter.
hey, Welch. You know
Ew.
you know these cars inside and out, right? Why don't you
Yeah,
why don't
yeah.
you why don't you have some car talk, man? Why don't you have a show about some car talk?
I thought
So
about it. We might have to talk
I
after
would
this. I
jump.
thought
I would
about it.
jump in on that. Yeah, that would be fun.
Because
Yeah.
I actually got bills I could show too
Yeah.
that's on a few 1320 videos and at the
Now he says
anybody familiar
it.
with G Dog, Dunk Master and Boost Doctor, all that. I got stuff with them too.
Okay.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. No, that's what you should do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Make
You're
us
talking about
understand.
you're talking
Huh?
about Donk Master with Black Blur, right? The Monte Carlo on gold. That car is sweet.
I think he got more than
You
one
said
car.
what?
When you said Donk
Which Monte
Master,
Carlo?
the Black Gold or Black Blur, Donk Master's Black Blur.
Yeah.
Man, that car's sweet.
But he got more
I
than one
like
car
big
though.
wheel. Yeah. But I like big wheel cars. But that's my favorite one. He's got
I don't.
that thing looks clean. This one
I
looks
don't like
clean.
Yeah.
You like that better than the Z06?
Mhm. Yeah, just as far as the way it looks, it's clean. It don't look too overdone. It's almost like something you'd actually see in the street.
Which one you fuck with, Big A?
What you talking about?
Out of his cars, Donk Masters.
Shoot, I don't, man. Uh, shoot, I don't know. Man, I know he got more than one car though.
Yeah, he's got like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah, it is
two.
a few.
Is Z06 the black one or the cream colored one or whatever it is?
Nah, that's the black. That's the black one.
Okay, I do
The
like the
the,
black
the
one.
Z06 Dunk and Black Blur is the two most wanted that people want to beat. But he
Yeah.
got more than that.
Yeah, that's my 2 favorite cars he's got as far as clean wise. Looking like I'm a minimalist, so I kind of like the minimal clean look. I don't know. But then you pop the hood and that thing is like wicked. It's like, okay, this thing is nuts. I'm gonna go to Darlington here. We're gonna go to Darlington this summer and watch them run the
We
dogs.
well we got another shootout coming up. Because the other one just passed. I'm trying
Yeah,
to think. What the other one? Shit, we were just talking about it. I gotta check the date. I don't want to get nobody the wrong date.
yeah, you're gonna have to send me that because we'll come to it.
Yeah, man.
I love drag racing.
But we coming up on that hour mark, man. We got to shoot out. We got men at work coming up next, you know?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Who else? Where can we find you at, bro?
Shit, I'll be on here, man. Other than that, just catch me on the book, man.
Yes,
Yep.
sir. Yes, sir. Elevated.
Yep, it's elevated. You can catch me on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all those. The Show Dog Journal is coming soon. So I have
Mm.
Oh
the
yeah,
PDF.
elevated. Okay, yeah, I gotta call you. Okay, yeah.
Okay, I have the
Yeah.
PDF that I'm gonna put up on my Facebook for people to start sending me the subscriptions. And it won't charge you until I'm about to mail it out. Like I'll
Okay.
literally be about to mail it out, then it'll charge you. Like when I'm putting it in the box.
Mm-hmm.
That way I ain't responsible for nothing like that.
Yeah, you gonna have a couple of shots from the digital dog show and a couple of more things, man.
Yep.
Yes,
It's gonna have an
sir.
advertisement for the digital dog show. We gotta make that up. That's the only thing I need to put in still. That way we can think it out and put the dates that it'll be on ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what's up. Yeah, you know what it is, man. We got that digital dog show coming up this week, on Saturday. Got 3 free t-shirt giveaways. We got dog of the week coming up. If you don't have if you haven't submitted your photo yet, you might want to do that, man. Free cash prizes for all events, including dog of the week. And we got dog of the month and voting on Saturday also, man. Y'all got to be there, man, to get y'all t-shirts, man. If you go get that free t-shirt, man, I'm trying to tell you, man. And in May, we got the digital dog show is every month, but May is gonna be a special month, man, because we've raised over $600 for the digital dog show. Free entries, man. Free entries. All you got to do is submit a couple of videos, man, showcasing your dog, man, and enter to try to get some of that KASH, man. You know, that way. Yes, sir. The K way. You know. But other than that, man, we got men at work coming up. And you know what it is, man. Pimps over Sips. Mr. CEO gonna have something to put on your mind, man. For sure. Yeah. But other than that, man, shoot. We out.
Yeah. Show gone business. Not
You don't
everybody
move
can come
though.
around this table. It's for the ones who build, not just bought. Family ties. Let's go. We build different. Yeah. We run dogs, we don't run lip. Boy, we build different. Joker. Real ones locked in, not just clicking. Name whole weight, cause we build different. Facts. Build different. Build different. Morning talk heavy and the dogs ain't missing. Nope. Shout out the family that's riding and lifting. All of this for my people, we build different. Big salute to Big Hill fam, that's your gun blood. Elevated kennels grinding, rising above. Cooking with soul, real flavor, real love. Solo but connected, 10 toes, never buzz. Schoolboy Richard Garcia still teaching the pubs. Non-stopping J-Bo, bulldogging it tough. PBK, Pelican Bay, solid as a rock. Catch guard, catching that work round the clock. DUA, Kane Corso, north side, go hard. Whole squad real from the muscle, from the yard. Yard work. We build different. Yeah. We run dogs, we don't run lip, boy, we build different. Real ones locked in, not just clicking. Name whole weight, cause we build different. Build different. Shout out the family that's riding and lifted. This for my people, we built different. Let's go. Big love to the viewers that pull up and ride. Dickie Foster, front row every time. Salute. Pyrex in the kitchen, mixing the grind. MKM bottoms, laying them foundations right. Quick C, fast hand, sharp mind. Mike Dan locked in like bloodline. When moon stay tapped with the real ties. In the wood, 4, 5, 6, solid through the vines. Show enough, certified, you know he gon' slide. Vernon Star, bright light for the tribe. Hemi James, high torque, full drive. And there's plenty more soldiers on this ride. Middle from the dirt, loyal to the work. Earn not giving, put your pride in the earth. More than talk, no decaf, get it first. Shogun family, yeah, we blessed, not cursed. We build different. We run dogs, we don't run lip. Boy, we build different. Real ones locked in, not just clicking. Name, whole weight, cause we build different. Shogun. Build different. Morning talk heavy and the dogs ain't missing. Shout out the family that's riding and lifting. This for my people, we build different. All day. Big love to the ones really in it. From the yards to the kitchens to the woods. We salute you. Run your dogs, not your mouth. Shogun Unlimited. No deck off. No cap.